YouTube Shorts are, as the name implies, short videos. The definition of short, or YouTube's definition of short, is 60 seconds or less. They're very, very new. In fact, they're so new that out there on the sort of YouTube grapevine, they're still kind of not completely rolled out. They started in India, and some parts of the world have got them, some parts of the world haven't. Some parts of the world, including the UK, actually, we're not even sure whether or not we've actually got the full YouTube Shorts experience yet, in terms of being able to track YouTube Shorts in our analytics, and I'll show you a little bit more about that later on. But they are coming, and we can start making them today. So if you start making them today, you're going to be on the front end of a curve. And what generally happens with YouTube Shorts is that because not many people are making them, even smaller channels, new channels, which haven't got a lot of heritage, haven't got a lot of subscribers, are unknown, are given an opportunity to fill the need for inventory, which isn't being filled by some of the bigger creators. So we actually do have a bit of a window of opportunity here. But let's first go back to first principles and say, or show you where they appear. At the moment, they're predominantly a mobile phenomenon. And if you're on your iPhone, or I presume it's the same on your Android, and you go to YouTube on the app and scroll down, you'll see like a little, it's called a short shelf. And you maybe can't see that very well, but it says short videos there. And they're just very short videos, less than 60 seconds, shot in a particular format, which I'm going to cover shortly, which appear and people can scroll through them. They're really YouTube's answer to TikTok. Now, I don't use TikTok. I think I'm about 50 years too old to be interested in TikTok, at least from a content point of view. But TikTok videos are short. They're very silly. They're a different kind of video to YouTube Shorts. And if you want to know what kind of videos you should be making to be successful on YouTube Shorts, then it wouldn't be a bad idea to go and download the TikTok app and just have a look at the way that the videos are shot. Now, I'm assuming that if you're watching my channel, you're probably at least pretending to be a grown-up, and therefore the content of the videos that you're going to want to put in your YouTube channel, and even in the YouTube Shorts part of that channel, are going to be radically different from the nonsense that's on TikTok. But we can learn as film directors some tricks from that, and maybe I'll do another live. If there's any interest, just let me know. I'll do another live on sort of more the content rather than the technical and the infrastructure stuff that we're talking about predominantly here. So if you want to know about that, just stick it into the chat. But these are YouTube Shorts. This is a massive opportunity for creators with smaller channels to suddenly get into where only larger channels perhaps would normally be able to get. That being said, let's have a look at what actually is a YouTube Short and what you need to do to make one, because it's actually very, very simple. And then I'll show you why you should be doing it in terms of the results that I've been getting using YouTube Shorts towards the end of this short presentation. So let's have a look at what a short actually is. Well, it's a video shot that is less than 60 seconds. I would try and aim for comfortably less than 60 seconds, 55 seconds, 45 seconds, just to make sure that we're definitely considered part of the shorts inventory, and therefore potentially given the opportunity to appear in that shorts shelf, as it's called. And making them less than 6 seconds, considerably less than 60 seconds, will also give us the opportunity to maybe use some other features which YouTube are talking about coming down the line. At this stage, I'm not going to say any more of that because I don't really know very much more than that. But short is good, I think, is the watchword at the moment. Now, they need to be shot in ideally portrait mode. Now, just to clear this up, because I think I may have caused some confusion before, this 16:9 ratio is called landscape. This is a square video, and this is portrait mode. Now, the actual numbers here don't matter. really, so long as it's longer in the vertical plane than it is in the horizontal plane, it should qualify, as much as we're led to believe, to be a correct format for a YouTube short. Some people are even saying that square videos will appear as YouTube shorts. I have no evidence to back that up or refute it. So my suggestion is that you make it in 16:9, because we definitely know that 16:9 will qualify as a YouTube short. The titles of the video should be short, ideally less than 40 characters, and that's because, although it's difficult to see here because it's not a very clear picture, if I zoom in, you don't really need to read the words, but you can just see that there's a very small piece of text area for titles here, and so we want to try and keep this down to less than 40 characters. It's also suggested, although I don't think absolutely necessary, to put this tag #short in the title. I don't think YouTube's algorithm uses this tag #short to categorize it as being eligible to go into the shorts shelf. However, people that are searching for shorts may well search on #shorts, and as I've said before in other videos, the most important piece of real estate on your channel, on your YouTube video, is the title. The reason I'm hesitating here is that I can see that I'm live, but I'm not sure that the screen's updating, so perhaps the video isn't streaming live. I don't know. If you can still see this streaming live, would you just put something in the chat? I'll carry on anyway, because it will be recorded, and if not, I'll upload the recording, but I honestly don't know whether this is live or not at the moment. Let's see. Actually, maybe it is. I'm going to need to find a better way of streaming, because I don't think Zoom is excellent at this. Okay, so short title, less than 40 characters, and put this #short in the title. Not difficult, is it, really? Anybody with a video editor will know how to set up the format of 16:9 and 9:16 rather. So far, there's not really very much to do. We should also put the short hashtag in the description as well. So just down in the description part, doesn't matter where, stick it right at the end if you like, just stick #short. Again, it's not absolutely necessary for the algorithm, but it helps people that are searching, so stick it in there. It costs Yorkshire's favourite price, nout, to do it, so do it. Right, let's have a look then at an example that I set up of a short video on my nursery rhyme channel, which is a fairly established channel, I'll grant you that, but I'm also going to show you one that isn't. And let's just see how that video has done compared to other videos. I'll try and zoom in. I don't know if I can zoom in it, but yeah. Try and make it a little bit bigger for you. Go anymore. Come out a little bit. Okay, so this video I published, and was it a couple of days ago? So where are we? 24th now, aren't we? Christmas Eve. Crikey, doesn't that come around quick? Yes. So a couple of days ago. Oh, come on, stop it. Honestly, Zoom messes everything up. Yeah, so a couple of days ago, I launched this video, I released the video, and now we're a couple of days in, it's got around 10,000, it's got 10,700 views. Now, that in itself doesn't mean anything, but as you can see from the YouTube analytics, it's saying that typically, again, it's very small, so I'll read it out. Typically in this period, a video would get between 2,600 and 7,700 views. So we are, what, 30%-ish perhaps up on the average. So by producing a short video, we're about 30% up in terms of the initial view count. What I would expect, though, is for this spike to go down. Typically, with a short video, you get a spike, and then it would settle down back into the averages. But nevertheless, if I can get a 30%, and if you can see earlier on, it was getting maybe 50% uplift over the rest of the videos on my channel, then it's definitely worth trying this. Some other great numbers here is that the average view duration of this video is 40 seconds, which means that people are viewing nearly 70% of the video. So even towards the very end of the video, I've still got 47% of the people watching the video. Now this is a great curve. You'll see on most longer form videos that you'll get a huge drop off in the first part of the video. So towards the end of the video, hardly anybody is watching. Now, because it's a short video, we've got great retention, which may well be sending positive signals to the algorithm that our videos are worth watching, and therefore YouTube will be suggesting them to other people. In fact, if we go into the reach here, reach metric, we're going to see something which is quite unusually good. Reach is how we're reaching our audience. And we can see since this was launched, had about 60,000 impressions and about 14% click-through rate. Remember what I say, anything above 10 is great. Most people's click-through rates are very low, well below 10%, often well below 5%. And the main reason for that on a typical video is that the thumbnails and the titles are wrong, but that's outside of the scope of this video. What I'm saying here is that we've got a great number of impressions, great click-through rate, but perhaps most importantly, YouTube is already suggesting this to people like wildfire. I mean, if I look here, browse features, suggested videos, other YouTube features, channel pages, all of this is YouTube putting my video in front of other people without me having to rely upon search. Search is only 1.7%, which is good. I'm glad that I'm not relying on search, because to try and rank a video for the wheels on the bus, which this video is almost impossible. It's dominated by very large channels. So the lesson from this is that if you can do short videos that appeal to the YouTube algorithm, and it would appear that this one is, then YouTube is likely to give you traction by giving you leverage, by suggesting your video and putting your video in front of other people far more easily than trying to compete with bigger channels on search. And all the numbers are showing that, are showing this. So what I did yesterday morning, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just do this sometimes when I can't sleep. I just have ideas, can't sleep. And I set up a completely new channel, which I think I've got here somewhere. Yeah. Set up a completely new channel, which is only at this stage featuring short videos. Let's have a look at the channel. So I've called it Relationship Shorts, and please don't go to the channel. I don't want you to go to this channel and subscribe. I don't want you to go and watch any of the videos, because I want to look at the numbers and see how the numbers are coming in. So perhaps I shouldn't even be sharing this, but most YouTubers are begging you to like, subscribe, share, watch. I'm saying please don't go to this channel. But as we can see already, and this has been up for about 24 hours. Some of these videos haven't even been up for 24 hours, so it's very, very new. If I go to the analytics, and it's so new that a lot of the numbers aren't even filtering through. In the last 48 hours, although the channel isn't even 48 hours old, I've had 8 views. And that's with no promotion, that's with nothing else. I'm just going to sit and watch this. I might do a few more videos over the Christmas period. I'm just going to sit and watch this, and we'll see as the analytics come in whether or not the YouTube Shorts feature is helping the channel grow more quickly, perhaps, than if we'd have just done standard videos. Anyway, I think that's about it. I know it's fairly early in the morning. I normally do these in the evening, but all that remains for me, apart from to wish my mom speedy recovery, obviously, is to have a happy Christmas. If Christmas is your bag. It's been a terrible, terrible year, hasn't it, for many people. Let's hope next year's better. Let's hope that Christmas is good. Thanks very much for your time. Bye for now.